All right, Teri, are you still with me?
Yeah, I'm right here.
Woohoo! Good news. I'm here too. Awesome. All right. Well, tell me a little bit about Butcherettes and what you've been up to recently. It looks like you have a new single out, and it's on the webs. It's on Spotify, and probably all over the place at this point.
Oh, well, basically for me, and thank you for being aware of the new single coming out, for doing your homework. Sometimes, well, sometimes people don't know anything. So it's good as I think.
No problem.
And for me, the Butcherettes is it's my baby, my band that I started when I was 17, 10 years ago in Guadalajara, and it's been I've been married to my project for a decade now, and for me it was based on just being based on my feelings of always being constantly undermined and treated as a second class citizen. And this is not I'm not just referring to my gender or me being a Latina, but just me being a weird person in general in a social setting. I was never really comfortable with myself. So the Butcherettes saved my life in essence. It all started in ideas in a notebook. I'd do little doodles of empowered women wearing aprons full of blood, and they were cutting up meat, which symbolized cutting up their own oppression, and which eventually then I came to the name of Butcherettes, butcher women, and then I started using filling up making up little symbols based on feminist literature, Betty Friedan, or even the extremist Valerie Solanas, which I'm not. You have to go through all your phases of books, and from there it grew into having symbolism, like I was saying before, the feather dusters, or the pearl necklace, of the illusion of being a kept perfect woman, that constant pressure, especially in Guadalajara, where it's a society where it's like, if you're not of a certain class, you're seen as something less. So it was kind of like a satire. Not kind of. It was completely a satire against it, and which some people in the crowd would consider it as a clown, as a clown, like, oh, you're a clown for doing this, but or you're just trying to get people shook. But it was really all just this thing that it was my manifestation, and that, of course, inspired from Betty Friedan. I'm not taking all the credit. It's been done before.
I love the name dropping, by the way.
Oh, thank you. Yeah, saved my life as well.
That's amazing. And I feel like it's interesting. When I discovered your music, I was kind of, we're similar in age, and I was going to see Iggy Pop, and it's like, who's our age that listens to Iggy Pop? It's like, nobody does that.
Right? We take those things for granted sometimes, because when we talk to other people outside our world, they're like, "What?" or the aunts that's like, "Well, sing me a tune of his. Come on, let me hear." I'm like, no,
you're gonna sing your own goddamn music.
Great. I'm gonna tell my aunt that next time.
Yes. Well, you're going to be playing some shows in the Bay Area. You're going to be opening for a band called Hot Snakes May 14th at the Ritz in San Jose, and then you're going to be playing a new venue that hasn't even opened yet called August Hall, and it's literally down the street from my house. So I'm like, well, this is odd.
Well, I didn't know that. So they're barely opening it then. It's a brand new hall then.
Yeah, they have the guys taking out all the old throw up from the dance hall days or whatever you want to call it.
Damn, I wanted to see and smell it.
It might be the ideal venue for the Butcherettes, so I don't know.
I can't wait to see it. Perfect.
So how did you create this upcoming tour with Hot Snakes? How did that come about?
Well, basically, I'm thankful that Hot Snakes. Well, they just put out their new record, Teri. Ritual Silence, and it's based on that, on their creativity and the fact that they're reuniting, and that a new opportunity opened up for bands like me, you know. And so it was thanks to them that we're on the tour, and so I'm thankful to be, me and Rico and Ale, we're very thankful to be on the run, and because of this we get to play the new single that we just released, Spider Waves, and a little surprise will come out in May, which is just during the time we'll be on the road with these guys. And basically Hot Snakes, holy shit, you know, I'm a big fan for a long time. I remember listening to Automatic Midnight and Suicide Invoice, and now and even the EPs, and just, you know, the fact that they're they're a legendary band and they're an inspiration to many people. Right. So yeah, I can't believe it. It's one of those things where the Butcherettes has always had that luck, or that element of luck, or the good, I don't know, right place at the right time, or kind of element where I've been able to open up for most of my favorite bands in the whole world. So that's I'm glad the Hot Snakes agreed. Yeah,
absolutely. I know that you've played with the Melvins. You opened up for them, and then I was at the show where you opened up for Antamask. That was a couple of years ago.
Yeah, wow, that's so cool. Your time goes by so fast. Oh my. Yeah.
I was like, one of these days I'm going to talk to her, and here we are.
Wow, so fun. You're making me blush. Yeah, it's been amazing. I'm telling you, like with the Melvin, like they're such stand-up guys, and because of, again, you know, their endless creativity, and they're always putting out records. And, you know, they're able to tour so much, and which means they're able to take out bands out on the road. They took us out on the road. They took a chance on us, and then from there we were able to make a whole new project together. And same with Antamask, you know, with their bassist Manfred Rodriguez Lopez. He was able, you know, from touring together and plus, you know, we're basically just best friends, and he played on this new single. And having him, being able to work with him in the studio has been not like work at all. It's been like just hanging out, eating some good corn, you know, and cooking while he was working on his parts, and just having a blast. I know it sounds so like, having a blast, but that's really what it came down to.
It's interesting. The years fly by, but the experiences just keep happening. Amazing experience.
Yeah. I guess it's just the hardest part is getting out of bed. I think that's what it is. Once you're out of bed and you're out of your own mind, your own negativity, well, I'm speaking for myself. The rest is flows. The rest is fluid. And you know what? Staying in bed is also valid too. You know, sometimes you just need to kind of have those dark moments with yourself, because that way you can praise and appreciate the positive times.
That's true. That's really true. How would you say the music has changed over the past few years, or how has it developed?
Ooh, well, I think it's changed basically. I've been feeling more confident with my electronic side. When I was younger, I was a little more ashamed of it because I was, you know, hanging out in punkier circles of the, you know, of the other. And when I knew the other, I knew of these negative influences that, you know, these people, these naysayers, that they're not really your friends, but they're also not your enemies. They're just people that you've come across in the past and have opinions. And I was really easily trying to please those opinions. And they were like, no, you should stick to your punk roots. And, well, talk about roots. My roots come from my mother. We used to listen to Selva all the time. It was Turkish, Middle Eastern influenced music. And say when my father, he used to listen to classical music, Mozart and Beethoven. So really, those were my roots, not just punk rock. And basically, if one person closes their minds and just listens to one genre, you're never going to grow as, you know, as a cook or a chef or a painter. You know, you have to explore all the sides you have, no matter what it is you do. If you're a writer or a doctor, you're not just going to read doctors that only you agree with their perspective. You want to see other perspectives, or There are other ways to do open heart surgery and etc. I don't know what I'm talking about now, but it's like it relates to that. I can only hope we changed. I don't want to be the same record I don't want it to be the same record. So been open to the electronic side. My true love for music just goes beyond just punk rock. I love all kinds of music. Yeah.
Awesome. I definitely noticed that on the last album, Raw Youth. I was like, she's got kind of that 80s synth in there. Okay.
Yeah, thank you. Thank you for noticing. When you get a nice haircut, or who knows if it's nice or not, but you definitely take that little haircut, and when someone notices, it feels nice. So thank you.
You're welcome. So what was it like? You performed on stage with Alice Bag, Kathleen Hanna, and a couple other great musicians. How was that?
Oh my gosh, I'm telling you. Oh my, I don't know what I did. Like in my past life, I must have been a nun or something to have such kind things happen to me in this life.
Yeah.
I grew up listening to all these women, and we got rehearsal time before too, so that was like the double cherry on the ice cream. Being able to spend some quality time with the band. A great band, and with Kathleen and Allison and Alice, and also the great thing is that they're very welcoming of Latina culture. Well, I was being Latina herself, so in the rehearsal I was able to speak my mother tongue. Everyone's completely cool with it. Lisa Flores, the producer of Alice's Bag's recent album Blueprint, she was there, and we were able to just being able to converse in Spanish, and Kathleen being very interested in our culture, asking questions like, oh, that's cool, I want to try and sing this back up. For the Spanish song Se Cree Joven. And then, it was really nice, like a nice cultural exchange. And I guess that's at the end of the day what California is. It's a great big state where we all encourage each other's roots to be, and not be ashamed of them.
Yes, absolutely. California could always go back to its roots, right?
Yeah, definitely.
And would you say that Alice Bag is one of your musical heroes? Who else?
Ooh, definitely. I don't want to. It goes beyond words. To say she's just my hero would be. I feel like to put her in limit her. Like it goes beyond words. Like in a spiritual sense, she's been my hero, my goddess. When I was, I could see myself in her when I was little. When I really didn't have any other role models. I was either the Spice Girls or NSYNC, and luckily I was in a room with one of the punk circles that I used to hang around with. They were going through the decline of Western civilization, and when it came to her, the Alice Bag band, I was like, wait, like, these guys wanted to flip through it because they're like, una vieja, like woman. I was like, no, what are you talking about? I want to see this. Do you remember the fury that I felt that they wanted to skip through it in the VHS? I was like, no. And that was, I'm a non-confrontational person, but that made me so angry. I was like, no, we're going to watch this. And I watched, I finished watching it from there. I just did my homework and became a lover of everything she's done and just what she represents. So she just didn't limit herself to music. She went on to help the community, traveled to South America to help people and with less needs, who don't have the opportunity that we do here in the States. And just educating people and inspiring them. And she's written books. So she's definitely a game changer. And her, along with Kathleen Hanna, Allison Wolf. Also, my mother, I know she's been when my father passed away, she was mother and father, and did did both jobs and even more. And that's pretty freaking inspiring. That there's no limits. Unless there's really no limits. Unless you say there is limits.
Absolutely. If you listen to the naysayers, right?
Yeah, exactly. Freaking naysayers. But you know what? They inspire us too. I think, right? To push ourselves a little more.
I think so. They poke us along. They irritate the hell out of us, and then we say,
"No, I'm kidding. I don't want to punch."
I like how we can speak so frankly with one another.
Hey, right? It's the only way to be, I guess, right?
I think so.
Frank, with the punches or not. No.
There's there's more of those to come. That's going to happen on May 14th and May 15th, right?
Yeah. Yeah, I'm very excited. I'm very excited to get those punches going.
Get those punches out there.
Yes. And you know, I'm going to punch my punching joke to the ground. So maybe we'll continue punching that joke down to the ground, and maybe on May 14th and May 15th in San Francisco. And
right.
oh my, I'm just, you know, I love going up to the north.
What's your favorite venue in San Francisco?
Oh my, question. You know what? I wish I could. Lately, we've been playing a lot. You know, opening up for like the last time we were there. We opened up for Faith No More, and it was at the Warfield. And actually, it was a good place too because we opened up for Eddie and the Stooges at the Warfield. So there's some good memories there. So,
wow. And
also at the drive-in, we opened up for them there at the Warfield. So it's been a consistent place there, and the staff there and the crew, they're super cool. You know, very treated us like family when we're there. Yeah. And lots of bands go through there, and it's so cool that they remember our names and like, oh, Enrico, oh, Teri, how are you? It's like, yeah, that's cool. I mean, I love all places, but you know, now here I am being politically correct. Oh no, I love all the places.
What's going on the other end? Yeah. So do you, if people want to find out more about you, what is the best, you know, social media, websites, what have you?
The social media for the space web or the internet, and then I guess go to the nearest record store to get the vinyl or the CD. Be there, and if not, then on the shows and direct transmission there, flesh carnal in person, and yeah, hopefully, I don't know. I wish there was more ways to get things across, not just through, you know, the internet. But now I guess, but you know, there's a double-edged sword because it's so great. It helps lots of artists, but then at the same time, there's so much static noise and so much things going on that, you know, sometimes it just gets overlooked. But please don't overlook our website. Yeah.
Go straight there after this interview.
Yeah.
And what kind of music do you listen to? Who are you currently into right now?
Currently, at this moment, I really love John Holt. I've been listening to the record 1,000 Volts of Holt. It's very inspiring, just, you know, on the lyrical to a production sense. I also really enjoy there's this one vinyl that I've been holding dear. Solange's newest record. It's been on the constant replay. Oh my gosh, her music, everything, her statement as her message. Yeah. So Solange Knowles. Oh my, there's so many. What am I? Well, Kendrick Lamar, of course, his new record, Damn. Ali's Bag's Blueprint. I've been visiting a little bit of the rest of the 70s with Can. The Pretty Things of the SF Sorrow, and of course, let's see, and Dr. John. A lot of Dr. John too. That's basically on my saved pile of vinyl that I have right here on constant replay.
That's very very eclectic.
Oh, yeah, hopefully one day it'll be just mainstream. It'll just come back to and be in the mainstream. One day, in 1,000 years, when the new species of humans come, they'll be like, oh, we listened to the Dr. John, and then everyone else will be like, oh, we're so sick of Dr. John. I want some eclectic stuff like, oh, Kanye West. Yeah, so we might be there one day.
You never know. We might wake up and women will have equal rights. You know, it could happen.
Yeah, exactly. Hey, it could happen. It could happen.
But yeah, we'll have to see how it goes.
Yeah.
All right. Well, it was great chatting with you.
I think it was thousands of years ago. I think women also were the matriarchy was the absolute, and then patriarchy. It's like a pendulum. And, we can go on forever, but you know, we great talking to you too. And
yeah, well, I'm looking forward to the
coffee
show.
Or some iced tea.
Yeah, we could.
Oh, thank you. Maybe in virtual reality.
You never know. I'm always around.
I know.
We're always available now, right? Isn't that kind of
that's true. That's true. That's, oh my gosh. That's, it's a good thing though, because that way you can always be in touch with the friends. But hey, the naysayers, if they try to get into our mind, we should just brush them away with the feather duster.
I think you're right. Sometimes it's good just to turn it off, tune out, drop out.
Amen. Hey, women. Oh yeah.
All right, Teri. Well, it was great to speak with you, and
it was great to speak to you.
Looking forward to the shows in San Francisco, and until next time, I bid you adieu.
And I look forward to seeing you in the carnival. In the flesh when we play there. Please don't be a stranger.
Yes.
And, hopefully you can make it out. And Aisha, well, thank you so much for your time. And again, I don't take that lightly. The people's time is worth more than gold nowadays.
You know what? You hit the nail on the head right there.
Mm-hmm. Thank you.
All right. Have a good one, Teri.
You too, Aisha. Be safe.
Okay.
Bye.
Okay. Bye.